The best manga of all time. A debate that has been going around ever since the ancient Greeks. Plato himself has stated that the best manga of all time is Berserk. But here I am about to prove that there is a manga that is equal to Berserk, and that is Hana. Yeah, you're probably disappointed that I'm not talking about Vinland Saga or, I don't know, My Dress Up Darling. But let me cook and I will show you why I think Flowers of Evil is one of the best pieces of work of all time. Flowers of Evil is a manga by Shuzo Ushimi. The name is inspired by the book Flowers of Evil by Baudelaire. Don't ask me why, I have a physical copy of the manga with the author's notes and I still don't know why he based it on that book. In the manga, we follow the journey of Kasuga, a middle school student that is kind of really annoying. I mean, in most of the manga he is in middle school, so you can't really blame him for that. Because, let's be honest, all of us have been annoying in middle school. But trust me, he eventually grows up and becomes more likable. So, the story starts off by introducing our main characters getting their exam results. Saeki, the popular girl, gets the highest score. Kasuga, the ordinary guy, gets an average score. And Nakamura, the class outcast, gets 0 because she didn't write anything. The teacher even scolded her for that, and guess what she said? She said, "Shut up, you fucking shitbug." The teacher just got ratioed by a 12-year-old and he wanted to hit her, but he remembered he would get cancelled for it, so he stopped. But anyways, one day Seiki had forgotten her gym clothes at school and Kasuga found them. And what did he decide to do? He returned them. Actually, he just stole them and ran away because he has a weird obsession with Seiki. He wanted to return them the next day, but he didn't have the balls for it. The whole class found out about the incident and stated that whoever stole them is a pervert. And that's why Kasuga never really returned them. But there was one person who saw who stole the clothes, and that was Nakamura. Nakamura essentially blackmailed Kasuga into doing all kinds of weird stuff, so she doesn't tell the whole class who did it. And you may ask yourself, what kind of weird stuff did she make him do? Well, writing a story about how he felt stealing the clothes, wearing the stolen clothes while on a date, with Saeki, running away from their hometown in the rain by a bike, making him strip numerous times, and almost committing suicide at the biggest event in their hometown. Yeah, but it's not about the weird and silly stuff happening in the manga, it's about what the characters are portrayed as. If you haven't noticed yet, Saeki represents obedience and general good, and Nakamura represents selfishness and individuality. Kasuga is always switching from one side to the other. In the first chapters he is more resembling an ordinary guy, but he knows he isn't one. He thinks his town is boring and that everyone else is boring. On the outside he is shown as ordinary, just like Saeki, but on the inside he is a deviant, just like Nakamura. And as the story goes further, he starts little by little to stop pretending he's normal and starts being more like Nakamura. Which honestly may be a Stockholm syndrome, where Kasuga eventually starts liking his blackmailer and stops caring for Saeki. Actually, Saeki eventually starts becoming a deviant as well by trying to fuck Kasuga in a shelter, but we don't talk about that. The general theme of this manga is the boredom of living. Many times the dialogue of Kasuga or Nakamura includes how shit everything is in their town. There is nothing to do and nowhere to go since the town is surrounded by mountains. Nakamura is the way she is because she wants to break from that ordinary life before it has consumed her and becomes normal herself, which inevitably happens at the end of the manga with all of the characters. The three of them are separated due to the event I talked about earlier. As their lives progress, they have become more ordinary. Kasuga found a girlfriend and lives together with her. Saeki found a boyfriend who weirdly looks like Kasuga. And Nakamura is working with her mother. The ending kind of reminds me of Pum Pums, in which I talk about in another video. where everything at the end just seems ordinary, but it actually isn't. The reason I put this manga as the best, in my opinion, is due to its strong resemblance to the real world. Me, and I'm sure a lot of you, have also felt the same way Kasuga and Nakamura did. That life is boring and that there is nothing to do in this world because everything is the same. But as we have grown, we have, in their eyes, become ordinary and boring. But that is not the case. Just because we have matured from the philosophy that everything is pointless doesn't mean that our lives are boring. We always evolve in some type of way and our thinking is so ever changing. You cannot be certain that your thoughts will stay the same in the future. Accepting change is what makes our life exciting and meaningful to us. If we stay on one philosophy in our entire life, where's the excitement in that? There are many more aspects to talk about this manga, as well as its anime adaptation, which is one of the best ideas of all time. It's probably best that you read the manga before you watch the animation, because this is the anime. So, what do you think? Do you think that I overcooked and reached too much by saying that Akuno Hana is the best work of all time, or do you agree to some extent? Let me know in the comments and I'll make sure to read them all. Thank you for watching and subscribe.